Hey everybody, Jam Creates here, doing another driving video. So again, if you hear the sounds like that ticking, that's not a bomb in the background, that's my turn signal. Because yes, I use turn signals. Anyway, what I want to talk about today was last night was the debut of the Roseanne-less Roseanne show, called The Connors, which I still think would be better if it was about Sarah Connor, but that's a whole different story. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the interesting thing about that. Now, I did not watch The Connors. I have no interest in watching The Connors. It's just not for me. I don't really think it's going to be whatever. It's just not for me. It doesn't interest me. I don't watch that much television, honestly, to begin with, especially since I've started getting back into creating. You don't have as much time to just watch TV shows and stuff. When you're creating, you need to spend time actually focused on doing stuff. So, it's a matter of budgeting your time and using it well, and I work a full-time job, so that's, it is what it is. Now, as far as this show goes, I don't know if it's going to bomb, I don't know if it will be successful, but I do know one thing. I am fairly certain that show is not going to do anywhere close to the numbers that the Roseanne reboot did. And why do you think that is? I think because people are fed up. People are tired of the nonsense. They're tired of Roseanne. Now listen, let's be honest. Roseanne has never been a person who's known for saying the right thing at the right time, for being a wonderful example of how to behave in polite company or anything like that. I mean, we all remember, well, I don't know if we all remember, I'm old, so I remember when she sang the national anthem at, I think it was a Cubs game, and she grabbed her crotch and she spit on the field after she was finished singing, and it was just kind of ridiculous and stupid, and, it got her a lot of publicity at the time, not necessarily good publicity, but, it was what it was. And honestly, I've never been the biggest fan of Roseanne. I used to watch the show back in the day, and that's all fine and dandy. But what I want to talk about is this very same network. This network that fired Roseanne because of a tweet, who advertised the show when it was coming back, the reboot, on the back of the fact that Roseanne is controversial, who advertised the whole show based on, oh, she's going to be a Trump supporter. And the show did humongous numbers. It did huge numbers. It did numbers that no one ever would have believed possible. And the funny thing was, it did these giant numbers, and I really do think that the Roseanne reboot, which, to be honest, I didn't even watch the reboot. I was never a big fan of Roseanne, so whatever, it wasn't really for me, and I watch things I like, and that's it. I don't really worry about, oh, I'm going to watch this because people who don't share my political opinions, or people who think this or X, Y, and Z are not going to like it, so I'm going to watch it because I want to make them upset. I could care less what other people think about things. I just watch the things I enjoy. I don't have time to waste time watching things for political reasons. That's just ridiculous. No, but a show I do like is Last Man Standing. Now, that show I have always really enjoyed. Now, I tried to do a Last Man Standing video, and I don't know if any of you saw, I tried to post it twice, and both times it posted without any audio, and I'm really not sure why. It was just some glitch or something, and I still have the video on my phone, and it has audio on my phone, but every time I upload it to YouTube, it's got no sound. So I'm going to just talk about what I talked about here. The Roseanne reboot doing those great numbers, I think, is partially responsible for why Last Man Standing was picked up for a new season a year after it was canceled, and it was picked up by Fox. Now, ABC, which is the network that had the Roseanne reboot, and now The Connors, is the same network that canceled Last Man Standing, which was their second highest rated show on the network. It was the second highest rated comedy. I don't know if it was the second highest rated show, but it was the second highest rated comedy that they had on their network, and they canceled it Their reasoning was because they weren't going to have comedies on Friday nights anymore, which we all know is horsepucky, because a year later, what did they advertise and go crazy with, and they're bringing back? TGIF, which is nothing but comedies on a Friday night. So it makes you wonder, what was the real reason? I don't think it had anything to do with not having comedies on Friday nights anymore, because Last Man Standing did huge numbers for them and they canceled it. I think it had everything to do with Tim Allen's political beliefs and his associations politically. ABC is an incredibly left-leaning company. They're owned by Disney, which is also very left-leaning. And I do like a lot of things that Disney does. I love their theme parks. Their theme parks are incredible. Man, I got a real tool in front of me on the road right now. Anyway, Last Man Standing it's a great show. The family loves one another. It's so different from anything else on television. It's a family who truly cares about one another, who truly love one another. The husband and wife actually like each other. Unlike practically every other sitcom in the world, where the husband's a moron and just basically another child, and the wife is a shrew, and of course her cooking is terrible, because I don't know, that's some cliche that they always like to use. Whatever, it is what it is. That's been American television now for the last 30 years, and we had a show where finally the family loved each other, and no matter what happened with the family, they still loved one another, whether they had different opinions about things, whether someone made a mistake or did something wrong, they still loved each other. That was the beauty of that show. It was such a true version of what most American families are. Most American families are not hating each other all the time. Now, I'm sure there's, of course there's exceptions. Every family is different. But it was nice to see a nice family that you can share with your family. You could watch that show with your family. Everything was appropriate. There was nothing, you weren't going to be ambushed by something that was terrible and you're going to have to suddenly explain to your child something horrific. No, it's a good show. And now that they brought it back on Fox, the numbers have been outrageous, and it destroys everything on Friday night. In fact, the first night's episode, when it came back, the first episode ratings were better than all of the shows on ABC that night combined. That one show did better than the 4 sitcoms they were showing on Friday night on ABC. So it just goes to show you what a mistake these people make over there, because they do things based on knee-jerk reactions and political reasons. It's clear that's why. Now, yeah, there were some other business reasons. It was going to cost them more money to make the show, but here's the thing. It's costing Fox that same amount of money to make the show, and Fox is getting it back in huge numbers that Fox hasn't seen in years. Fox has not had ratings like this for a sitcom in forever, like decades, okay? So, who made the mistake there? Obviously, ABC screwed up. And then ABC knee-jerk reaction fired Roseanne because a bunch of people howled about what she said on Twitter. And now they're questioning, okay, well, we fired her and now we're doing this. Did we make a mistake again? See, the thing is, when you run a big company like this, you can't just listen to a handful of people on Twitter and think that that's the world. It's not. Twitter is not the world. I know it's shocking to some people, but there's a lot more people who are not on Twitter than are on Twitter. And of the people who are on Twitter, which is already a percent of the population, half of those people who are on Twitter don't use it for anything other than to, like, follow their favorite celebrity or look at cute pictures of dogs or whatever. Like, that's what they do. Like, they're not looking for, they're not out there spewing their opinions. It's the same handful of people over and over again. And this is true for anything. I mean, this is true for comic books. This is true for anything. You can see the same names over and over and over again saying the same things over and over and over again. And that's just how it is. And it's stupid. You can't run your company reacting to what the same 5 people are tweeting at you all the time. If somebody tweets 100 times a day, chances are they're not putting any money in your pocket. Because if they have enough time to be tweeting hundreds of times a day, guess what? They're probably not working, which means they probably don't have a lot of money, which means they're not spending money on products that you're trying to sell them. It's just, it's simple economics. These people who howl the loudest spend the least. The people you have to worry about are the people who don't say anything. They just quietly walk away. When you're constantly pushing political agendas into things and you're making your decisions based on ideology as opposed to actually the numbers of what's working, more and more people quietly walk away. That's what happens. That's why numbers for NFL games drop. Because it's not the people who are on Twitter who were howling about one way or the other, for or against what was happening with the anthem protests. It's all the rest of the people. It's everyone else. It's all the other people who simply walk away and don't say anything. When you lose them, you've lost. And they're not going to tell you they're leaving. They don't make grand, spectacular exits. They just go, and they don't come back. And it's as simple as that. I haven't watched an NFL game in 2 years. And I don't plan on starting anytime soon. Do I miss watching football? A little bit, I guess. But honestly, I don't miss it that much. It's not worth it to me. And now I've found better things to do with my time. Literally, I watch Last Man Standing with my family because I love that show. Because that show is quality, it's funny, and all the other nonsense, you can keep it. I don't need it. My family might be watching something on TV and I'll be in the room and I'll be drawing or doing something else because it's more, doing this YouTube channel is more important to me than watching some crap on TV that I don't really even enjoy. It's just as simple, like, you have to prioritize your time, and it's not just me, it's everyone. Everyone only has a finite amount of time to do things, and that includes, entertainment. So I spend my time, when I do have time, I'm watching YouTube, and I'm drawing, or I'm making my own YouTube videos, and that's it. Like, I could not care less about anything else, like TV-wise or whatever. I make time to watch Last Man Standing with my family. Every Friday, we gather around the TV and we watch it. And then when it's over, that's it. We move on. I'm not worried about it. Like, it is what it is. And I'm not going to watch a Roseanne show without Roseanne. And I'm not going to watch a lot of these other shows. I used to watch a lot more. And I kind of, there was a saying I heard a couple of years ago. And it really impacted me. It struck me. And that saying was, you are what you reach for. And what that means is, if you're home, let's say, and you have time, if you reach for the remote and you just watch TV, or if you reach for a game controller and you just play video games, and again, I love video games, honestly, there's nothing wrong with that, but I have not been gaming at all. Because I've just been so busy on working on that. But what it means is, that's what you are. And in the simplest terms, you're a consumer. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can be a consumer, that's fine. But if you want to be a creator, you've got to reach for something else. You've got to reach for the pencil. You've got to reach for the keyboard. You've got to reach for the camera. Whatever it might be that you're trying to create, you've got to reach for that instead of reaching for the remote or reaching for the game controller. And it's the same thing if you want to get in shape. You've got to reach for the exercise stuff instead of reaching for the junk food or whatever it might be. Now, I'm the last one to talk about being in shape because I'm in terrible shape right now. I used to be in really good shape, not anymore. That's just what happens, although I would like to get back into that too. I'm finding ways now to reach for the better option, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be what I reach for, and I'm trying to reach for the good stuff. And so you'll see me, I'm drawing, and I'm posting my drawings on Twitter, and I'm at Jam_Creates, and I'm reaching for my phone to make these videos, and I'm just, I'm trying to make stuff that people will enjoy, and I'm trying to create. I've always wanted to be a creator my whole life. I've always been creative, and for a long, long time, I let that slip. And so now for me, it's very important. I'm reaching for the creative tools to be creative. And that's what I want to be. That's what's important to me. It's not for everyone. That's fine. Not everyone is supposed to do the same thing. People are allowed to be different. And, that's a whole nother thing. I could make an entire video about that whole thing, about people being different, people having their own thing, people being allowed to like their own thing. Not everyone has to like or dislike the same things. We're not robots. We're not sheep. That's just not how it should be. But getting back around, because I'm getting home, I'm almost home now, getting back around to my original point of this whole thing. Last Man Standing was canceled because of political reasons, and it came back to bite ABC in the butt, because now they're getting their butt handed to them every Friday night. And they will continue to, because Last Man Standing, the first 3 episodes have all been really good episodes, and the show continues to be quality entertainment that you can enjoy with your family. And I think what I might start doing is just doing like post-episode videos, like maybe every week. After a new episode, I'll do something like that. I'm thinking about it. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. Give me a comment or whatever, hit me up on Twitter and let me know what you think about that. I'm probably going to just do it and see what happens. And if you guys watch them, I'll keep doing them. If nobody watches them, then hey, whatever. Speaking of little housekeeping, I posted my first one of these videos of driving in the car yesterday, and lo and behold, right after I posted it, YouTube went down. And I'm not saying those two things are related. I'm just saying that, yeah, I broke YouTube. No, okay, not really. But yeah, so please check that one out from yesterday. I'm going to probably just tweet a little about it or whatever, like promote that video again in case you missed it, and then I'll put this one up too today. I've got a video upcoming about Psycho KO from Alterna Comics. Much like my Blood Realm video, I'll be putting that up soon. I'm probably going to do a reaction video, review video, whatever the heck you want to call it, for Eden #1 and for Exilium #1, both from Alterna Comics. I'm going to probably do another webcomic spotlight. I'm just trying to pick the right one. I've got a few choices for that I'm just trying to decide on. And I'd like to keep doing more of these, just driving videos and chatting about whatever stream of consciousness comes to mind. I kind of have a topic, but then, I kind of just go all over the place, and that is what it is. And I don't know, maybe live stream sometime soon. But otherwise, that's all I've got for you today, because I am home, and I want to go home and eat dinner because I am hungry. And I will talk to you soon. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you know when the new ones come up, or you could just wait for YouTube to go down again, and then he posted another video. Otherwise, that's really it. I'm done. Follow me on Twitter at @jam_creates. Check out my other stuff. There's a Jam Creates Facebook group, page, whatever the heck you want to call it. It's not a group, it's a page. You can check me out there too. I post mostly everything. I update on like all my social media stuff. I'm even on Minds. I don't know if any of you use Minds, but I'm on there too, just because, whatever. I figured it's another one. I might as well be on it. I'm at Jam Creates on Minds. No underscore for that one. And that's it. So I will... Oh, gosh. Parking the car. All right. And... Oh, squirrel. There's a squirrel right in front of my car. Anyway, that's it. I will talk to you soon, and I'll see you. Bye.